So for this video, you're going to need your pull down, roll down bar, a handle to switch out, your wedges, and a small ball. Excuse me. So I'd like you to hold onto the uprights for me. You're in tall kneeling position here. And I want you to reach your sitting bones back away from your hands, lengthening out through the top of the head. So you're reaching your sitting bones back and your head forward. Make sure you're not tucking your hips under here. You're lengthening out and trying not to let your head fall through your arms. I want you to inhale out and back into your right lower ribs and left upper ribs for a count of 10. And exhale for a count of 10. And just one more nice inhale. Good, come up out of that. You can roll the shoulders out for a moment and grab onto the bar. Your hands are out wide and you may need to scoot back a little bit. So make sure that you're not here with the hips. You're stacked from your head to your shoulders, to your hips, to your knees. We're going to exhale and pull that bar down just slightly. And inhale, release. I have a little bit of extra tension on this bar here, so I can't go really far with it without creating a ton of tension through my neck and shoulders, or without rounding my shoulders forward. Just a few more times. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale, pull, zipping up through the front line of the body, dropping the tailbone down. And release. Nice job. Okay, so we can go ahead and switch this out for a handle. We're going to face the side and walk away from your upright a little bit. Place your hand on your hip, so make sure your knees are even here. And you're going to pull down into the strap and inhale, release. So I'm starting with the movement happening on my right side here. And you want to make sure that you're staying open behind those right ribs as you pull down. And you're gliding the hips a little bit over to the left. You can even place your hand to the outside of the left hip and press the hips towards that hand. And 2 more times, dropping the tailbone down towards the floor, nice and heavy. And 1 more time, exhale. And inhale, release. Good. All right, so we'll switch this out. And now the left side is facing the uprights. You're dropping down through the tailbone, zipping up through the front of the pelvis. And exhale and pull. And inhale, lower. So make sure that you're not leaning towards the left side now. Hips are still gliding to the left. You're pressing down a little bit more through the right knee to make that happen. Still dropping the tailbone down. Opening up behind the ribs on both sides. Right lower ribs, left upper ribs. And inhale, release 1 more time. Exhale, pull. And inhale, release. Good. Okay, place that off to the side. Grab your wedges and your small ball. Have that handy. We're going to lay onto your back. And you're going to prop under your right lower ribs and left hip. Okay, so let's do a little breathing here. Wrap your fingers around to the front of the ribs. Your thumbs wrap behind the ribs. You're going to inhale out and back into your left thumb and out and forward into your right fingertips for a count of 10 both ways. Inhale. A couple more times, letting the chin drop down. Good. Go ahead and relax for a moment. And you're going to focus on keeping those left ribs dropping back, right hip dropping back. Arms come to a hover and you're going to march your right knee off the table, off the mat. Inhale, open your arms away from the leg. And exhale, return, dropping down through the belly button. Inhale, trying to push the ribs forward towards the ceiling. And exhale, return. Try not to hike up that right hip as you pull the knee in. Good, 2 more times. Good, we'll switch sides. So now you'll march the left knee up. Arms come to a hover. You're going to inhale, open the arms and the foot away from each other. And exhale, return. Heavy through the right hip, heavy through the left ribs. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, reach away. Try not to change the shape of the spine as the arms and the leg reach away from each other. Maintain that same spine shape. Good. Replace the foot down. Okay, and now we're going to grab your ball. Place it in between your inner thighs. Arms come down by your sides. You're going to press into your feet, press into your arms. You're going to bring the hips up, traveling the knees forward over the toes. And make sure that your hips are nice and level here. So the tendency will be for that right hip to want to rotate a little bit more forward than the left. Even them out. And roll the hips back down. Creating more length through the spine with each repetition, lifting the hips, reaching the knees forward. Lengthen out through the top of the head. Good, and then slowly lay the spine back down. Creating more length and more space. And now roll the hips back up. Make sure the feet are right underneath the knees. And I want you to hug that right hip towards the left. So you can bring your hands to the outside of the left hip. And keep them reaching. Lift the right foot off. Whew. And bring that leg back down. And we'll stay on that same side for 4 more, maybe. And don't drop that hip down. This is my challenge as well. And 2. And one. Keep hips gliding to the left. And then slowly lay the spine back down. And exhale, roll it back up. Okay, now you're standing on that right leg. Hand is still out to that left hip. Glide the hips over. And without gliding them back to the right, lift the left foot off. And back down. And lift it off. So you're gliding the hips to the left shoulder. So you're not just purely doing like a shear force directly to the side. It's in and kind of up towards your head. And back down. And extend. And lower the foot. One more time. Extend. And lower. And lay that spine back down piece by piece. Good. Hug the knees in. And rock it side to side. Good. Nice job, that's it.